Love Island is set to heat up from Monday, June 3rd. Now, with that in mind, I'll be speaking to inclusivity media spokesperson Joti Gata Aura to find out whether reality shows like this one are a little outdated when it comes to diversity.
At the moment, I don't see as much representation as I would like.
Love Island is set to return to our screens from Monday, June 3rd, but is the hottest show of the summer close to burning out. 4 years ago, the launch episode of the beloved reality show attracted 3.3 million viewers. Now, the last season of the show was watched live by around 1.3 million viewers. The decline in ratings has been put down by some as due to what they call the show's repetitive format and the lack of inclusivity and diversity when it comes to contestants. For some time now, Love Island has been the centre of criticism, particularly after it saw two of its contestants, Sophie Graydon and Mike Falasitis, and the show's former host, Caroline Flack, all sadly take their own lives. As a result of this, the show has faced further criticism about the kind of influence it promotes and whether that influence is more negative than the type it presents itself with on social media. So, with this in mind, we asked people in our region exactly what they thought about the show and whether they thought it was in dire need of a shake-up. Let's take a quick look. Oftentimes, the issue of diversity enters the discussion regarding Love Island. So to find out more on the issue of inclusivity in the show, I spoke to media spokesperson Joti Gata Aura to find out directly from her what changes she would like to see from the show and how she thinks it influences young people.
So at the moment, my personal views are that I think it's great. There are people of, different ethnic backgrounds, which is wonderful. But I think that, from my point of view, I think there needs to be more placed on diversity. And what I mean by this is people who've got visible and invisible differences. So when I talk about people with visible differences, that would be someone that looks like me, who's got a visible skin difference, I've got vitiligo, and I've got bits of white and brown across my body. Someone with a hidden visible difference would be someone who's got something like perhaps multiple sclerosis. It might be something like bipolar or chronic fatigue. At the moment, I don't see as much representation as I would like in terms of people who may have a form of disability or of skin difference like myself. And I think this could be highly, highly positive in terms of people going on and actually being part of an experience like this and showing the public what it is like to actually live with their form of disability or difference. It would be like just a really lovely way to showcase and highlight that this person is absolutely normal and they want to feel included. They want to feel inclusive. I think that's the whole point of this, inclusiveness, inclusivity, which is so, so important, that just because someone's got a visual difference, does that mean that they need to be set aside and not be part of something? And that's a question that, I'd like to present today. There's so much pressure on young people. And when young people watch programs like Love Island, they aspire to want to look like them. They want to, behave like them and act like them. But actually, what they need to start learning from an early age is they need to be confident in having the hair they do, having the eyes they do, having the skin they do, having the lips they do, and just starting to feel that sort of confidence from an early age, because it can really just end up quite wrong if we end up kind of being influenced in the wrong way. So from that point of view, having a diverse people, it just promotes that equality and inclusivity.
With newer shows like BBC's The Traitors reeling in up to 4 million Britons when it aired, it's interesting to look at the parallels of how Britain's palate is changing when it comes to the shows it consumes. Going forward, we'll see how viewership will look for Love Island when it airs on June 3rd.